The Infj personality type, the rebel with a cause. I want to talk about that today, people. Now, typically, when you think of a rebel, what do you think? You think of those, maybe those bikers that ride into town in their leather jackets, and you think of them as the type that just want to get into fights and get drunk and things like that and cause trouble. All right. Those are typically when you think of rebels, right? But let's say the INFJ is a rebel. I mean, maybe some will like that, but for the most part, they're not that kind of rebel. They're more like the ones that just kind of separate from society. Now, early on in their life, they've known they were different. They knew that they had something that was a little bit odd about them. Not odd, but different. Just something that separated them from typical people. Just made them stand out a little bit. And through their life, they knew it, and they knew everybody else knew it. And sometimes they were treated as such. Maybe they were ostracized a little bit. Maybe they were kind of ghosted quite a bit through their life, and they knew this. But they were isolated. They were introverted, and they usually turned inward for their guidance. So through their life, even through school, they might not have been the type that were into being taught with the typical curriculum of the normal school. Okay, they wanted to be their own person. Basically, they knew that they were different. Okay, but usually, like I said, they were the isolated rebels. All right, so that's what they did and that's how that they were a rebel. But now you add the with a cause. Now, typically, the INFJ personality type is also somebody that has a purpose in life. They know they have a certain duty in life to humanity. They just know it. In the back of their mind, they're always thinking that they have a purpose, a cause, a reason for their life, their existence. They know that they're supposed to pass something down. They're supposed to be a guide, an influence, some kind of a mentor, something to shed a legacy onto who and what they were in their life. And this is part of their cause, all right? So eventually they have to find themselves. Now, this may take quite a bit of their life to figure out exactly what their cause is and who they are and what their legacy is supposed to be, but eventually they may figure it out, all right? And it might just be something as just being a good parent, maybe a good neighbor, maybe just somebody. It could be just a small scale, or it could be a large scale as far as their purpose. But generally, that's the cause that I talk about. So yes, the INFJ is a quintessential rebel with the cause. Thank you, people, for hanging around with me. All right. Thanks again.